It's not a countdown clock thingy. Saying in the chat room. God. I like having, so the tomorrow, you guys, y'all, have a slightly different chat interface than we do. We have buttons and levers and dials that we can use to moderate stuff. And for the first time, when we were broadcasting on Twitch, by the way, hello to everyone on Twitch.
Hi, Twitch.
We were actually able to suck the Twitch chat room directly into our interface. It's not quite the way it's supposed to be during a regular show. It actually got dropped into another tab, and we had to manage multiple rooms. But it was pretty cool to actually be able to see that interface working. I'm excited. Actually, I think a couple Twitch questions made it into the show.
Yeah,
Yes,
a couple of
yeah.
them. I think Jannar, got one of the questions on air, and then Rebel Ace Frisian. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. I apologize. But Rebel got at least one question on.
Cool.
Yeah.
So testing it out. As Mini Soch says, hi Twitch. This is our show after the show after dark. So very, very much more casual. Just kind of
just hang
talking,
out.
just hanging, just talking.
We're
to you
just
guys.
chilling with each other.
So looking to see how all of that's going to go. And then I'm excited for when the chat room will also be able to pull YouTube chat, Facebook chat, Twitch chat, all into one central location via our chat room. And then we'll be able to see where the comments are coming from, no matter where we broadcast from, ask them out on air, have all of that moderated. And then eventually, those questions, like those graphics that you saw last week with the question on them, that's the end goal, right? So we want to be able to have the chat room automatically generate those. They pop up on screen, so when you ask your question, boom, shows up on screen. It's going to be awesome. Vax asks, why isn't there a UTC clock on the website? There used to be. It gets tricksy a little bit. I ultimately though the live stream itself counts down to the event, right? So the YouTube embed has a countdown clock that says, hey, this many more hours and minutes until the event starts, and it's counting down to the exact time of the event. So that's generally good enough for me.
Yeah.
Someone said, thank you, I think it was Minisoge, thank you for saving the interview. I don't feel like the interview ever got off track. We did start getting really technical, and then I felt like we were getting too technical, so I actually kind of backpedaled it to, all right, let's talk humans for a minute. But I mean, what we're doing is really technical. Well, what we are doing, what they're doing is really technical, and it's
hardcore.
It is hardcore, but I think it's okay to have a technical show once in a while. We don't have to.
But I think she was also fantastic in being able to, I mean, for lack of a better term, dumb it down so that normal peasants like us can understand what these physicists
She
are doing.
turned quantum mechanics and made it relatable.
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like
awesome.
I didn't really understand what she was talking about.
Yeah, it was.
And I felt like our audience base, for the most part, would be right there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, if I let her get too technical, certainly let me know. But I felt like we weren't. We were dancing that line.
Yes, but it was super technical. But she was like making it understandable. It was great.
Yeah, I thought so too. I liked it.
Yeah, the plain speaking was nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Chris Radcliffe says the YouTube countdown shows days to me. It shows you days until the day of. Once you get underneath 24 hours, it should convert to hours and minutes. Well, actually, it'll convert to hours, and then once you're under an hour, I believe it converts to minutes. I thought, as Chris Radcliffe said, she was getting technical, but the good kind of technical. I agree with that. So I didn't feel like there was any. All I did was I took the interview and I shifted its direction because we got the technical conversation. And I was like, all right, well, now tell me about the people. Tell me about you. Tell me about you're doing all of these incredible things. Tell me how all of that goes.
We still have to do an open.
Yeah, we do. Wanted more, only getting a taste. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of that's the nasty little part of tomorrow is that we're not going to go for 2 hours. We can't. Remember, it costs us money to make the episodes this long, and the longer we make them, the more it costs us. So 2 hours is not a thing. So we kind of leave you wanting more, and that's why we always say, hey, where can you go for more information? And then if you really are interested in the subject, you should go there for more information. You should absolutely check out the Cold Atom Lab. And we'll certainly follow this up with when they launch and when they turn on the experiment. And hope maybe we'll do some sort of cool live stream when they turn it. If there's any data that we can get back in real time, it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It'd be no dying. Anyhow.
Jarnar says, I don't mind technical shows. Do more of them in the future. So, some are, some aren't. We're trying to appeal to a wide variety of people. And some people like the technical shows and some people don't.
Yeah, not every show is going to be a technical show.
And that's fine.
Some of them will, some of them won't. It all depends on the guest and what we're talking about. This one deserved to be a technical show. It should have been. But like I said, I thought it worked well. I thought it was just technical enough to keep the nerds happy and then not upset the non-nerds. I don't know. Well, because we're trying to inspire everyone to get excited about space, and some people are just starting, right? Some people just do not know, and that's okay. If you don't understand the terminology, but you're willing to say, "Hey, I don't understand the terminology," we're more than happy to explain stuff, right, and help educate you. Because wanting more, there's nothing wrong with wanting more information. Saying I don't know is totally valid. Anyhow, all right, we need to do an open, as you mentioned. Let's see here. I'll say the NASA authorization bill passes. Jared, what was your favorite story?
Blue Origin's new rocket.
Okay. And then you'll say plus an interview, something. Sorry.
It's really annoying.
Or more info on New Glenn. Guess that would work a bit better.
Okay. And then you'll talk about the interview for me?
Yes, I will talk about the interview for you.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. I'll start, Jared Carrion, and then you'll take us into the intro. Here's number one. Coming up, the NASA authorization bill for 2017.
More info on New Glenn.
All that comments from last week's show, but on this one, I apparently don't know what I'm saying. One more time.
Stay tuned.
That's all right.
Tomorrow begins right now.
Cut, break, wrap.
That's good.
It's all right. It's all good.
It's like I've never done this before.
And for those of you watching on Twitch for the first time, this is normal for us. All right, number two. Try number two. Here we go. Coming up, NASA's authorization bill for 2017.
More info on New Glenn.
All that and more. I don't know. Oh my God, what is happening right
It's all
now?
good. It's all good.
That's amazing.
We're fine.
That's amazing.
We're fine here.
Tomorrow begins right now.
That's right. Ben turned into like 40s radio announcer.
And stop.
NASA's authorization. I can't even do it. NASA's authorization bill for 2017.
Those young kids sure do enjoy their NASA. You get 'em, whippersnapper. That's all right, Sally. You'll get it right next time.
Oh, don't.
Don't make me hurt you on here.
No info on New Glenn. Seatbelts.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. All right. 3.
All right, number three. Here we go. Coming up. You can't be making that noise. It's going to be a weird intro. All right, here we go. Still number three. Train.
I can't hear anything.
I'm sure no one can either, but I'm going to wait anyhow. Makes for a good, awkward moment. Is it still going? All right, doesn't matter. All right, 4. We're going to call that 4. Here we go. Coming up, NASA's authorization bill for 2017.
New info on New Glenn.
And Ben has a great interview with Dr. Anita Sengupta from NASA's JPL's Cold Atom Lab. All that and more coming up on this episode of Tomorrow.
Print it! Woo! Woo! Monorail. Rebel. Wow. So I tried to say Rebel's name. Rebel on Twitch. I only referred to you as Rebel because I realized pre-show I referred to you as Rebecca, and I didn't want to make it even worse. So it's Rebel Ace Fries Land.
No, it's Friesland or Friesland.
Rebel Ace Friesland.
That's a part of Germany, right?
I had to look it up because I wasn't familiar, right? It's Netherlands. Friesen.
Friesland.
Friesland.
Rebel Ace Friesland.
Yeah, see?
Cool.
Copy. All right. So, hello, Rebel. I actually can't see how many users we have on the Twitch side.
7.
No, that's not correct.
User list says 7.
Right. That's incorrect, though. That's not how many we.
Yeah. You're
Right?
Yeah, it's way wrong. Yeah.
Dada's like, 7! The number is 7!
And the number of counting shall be 7.
All right, let's see if we can see it over here.
Friesland.
Woo!
Friesland.
That's incorrect.
See?
Oh, we have over 100 people watching,
Yeah.
I think. Or no, 25 that are watching right now.
Yeah, 25 right now. That's not bad. I mean, so hello, Twitch.
Hi, Twitch.
We're not announcing that
Friesland.
we're there.
Yeah, we didn't really say anything about Twitch. At pre-show, we kind of sort of mentioned it. Again, we're just testing right now.
That's cool.
Just checking it out, seeing. Well, Twitch is a very large and vibrant live community. So I'm not super surprised that there are, there are 27 people now. Yeah. So, by the way, if you're on Twitch, we're going to continue testing for the foreseeable future. Let's see how this works. I can report a playback issue. That isn't what I want, though. Neat. How neat is that? That's pretty neat. I can't change my video quality, though. Off. Back.
Western Frisia is in the Netherlands.
Anyhow, there you go.
Yeah, so I learned something new today.
Cool. Boop. Interesting.
Quite.
No, I did. So Colton is asking why transcoding is off. I did not enable stream delay beta, so I have no idea why it's not transcoding in Twitch. No clue what's going on there. And Dada's chortling at what?
25 on Twitch. 25 on Twitch, 116 here, which is our tomorrow TV chat.
Yep.
If my math is correct, that's like 1 million people, says Little Blind Crippled Girl.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, Little Blind Crippled Girl, that is a difficult name for me to say when you post a question to a guest.
A little blind crippled girl asks.
Right. No matter what the actual motivation behind it is, when you say that to someone who's not expecting it, it can almost sound insulting. So, I asked one of your questions on air, but I chose not to use your username. I just want you to know that will likely be an ongoing thing. I don't mind the questions, but saying the username is exceedingly difficult because I don't know how their guest is going to take it. Maybe they won't care, maybe they will care, but I can't risk it. So, if you want your username mentioned, changing it to an acronym, LBCG.
Yeah, LBC. Yeah, she said LBCG is fine.
Yeah, so that, sure, but I would recommend you change it chat side because I'm not gonna, I'm gonna see it and I'm not gonna have the mental, trying to do those
You can
interviews.
still say just Little Blind, though.
Little girl.
Little girl?
Little girl wants to know.
That's creepy, is what that is.
Little girl wants to know.
Yeah, I have to say it in that voice too.
But like in poker, sometimes there's a little blind and a big, big blind.
Yeah, no, I get it. Gaming name, that's cool. It's cool. You're free to use it. You can do whatever you want. I'm just letting you know that during the show, if I ask you, if I have one of your questions, I will ask your question if it's a good question. I did today, I believe, but I will not say your username, just because it does create a weird moment between me and the guest, and it doesn't make sense. So, I just want you to know. It's not a disrespect thing. I wanted to convey that.
That also goes for comments. We either censor the username or don't use it.
Yeah. I mean, we look at the message as a whole for comments. So, if it's a really good comment but a terrible username, we'll still post it. But as Detta said, we'll censor the username. But in general,
Although sometimes we miss.
that happened. Well, that happened once. I think we're a little more diligent now.
Yes.
Yep.
Also with your avatars.
Oh yeah, avatars count too. All of it. It's your entire account.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just wanted to get that out there. I will also say, I think I already said this, having the Twitch chat in here is all sorts of awesome, and being able to push those questions made me super happy. I've been debating, as Carrie-Ann will tell you, although I don't think I've had this debate as much in the chat room or in Slack, been debating, all right, what makes the most sense? Do we broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and then work to suck all of those things down, which creates a fractured community, right? So if you're talking on Facebook, and even though your comments make it to us, you can still only see the comments that are on Facebook, right? That's the only conversation you can see. If you're watching on YouTube and you're only watching on YouTube and chatting on YouTube, you can only see YouTube comments. Again, they'll eventually still make it to us. So is it worth fracturing the community? And I think that might actually end up being okay. I think having different conversations will be fine. Open to thoughts. If you have strong feelings, Benjamin at TMRO.tv. So what were you doing this morning? News crew, or what was the?
The city of Lakewood has their own production, like their own TV channel, and they're covering kids basketball championships.
So they're cooler than us, and they get donuts.
Yeah, they do get donuts.
Yeah.
Because it's 7 a.m. crew call. That's like early.
Hey.
So you're cheating on Downey too.
What?
What I'm
the
saying.
the city that puts you on their newspaper as people to follow.
I don't understand. What am I being accused of here?
Not bringing us
First of
donuts,
all,
you're being
man.
accused.
I want
Not
donuts.
bringing us
We want
donuts,
donuts,
man.
Jared.
I can bring donuts if you want me to bring donuts.
We want you to bring donuts, Jared.
Why would I want to bring you donuts?
What is my motivation here?
CPU 2K6, how come a longer show costs more? It's hosting charges, right? So in order to get the show into iTunes, it doesn't have to cost more. We can make it not available in iTunes or Roku, and then it will not cost us any more, and we won't have to pay for every download that occurs. Otherwise, the longer the show, the larger the file, the more expensive the download becomes. Oh yeah, there's a Twitch app too.
Rebel Ace and Jarnar are talking, is it Deutsch or the Denmarkian Deutsch? But I can speak Danish too, although not Frisian, even though I live in northern Frisia, which is kind of awesome.
So someone in the chat room is saying, but I come here for the chat. I want to be able to see all the chat. That will remain. So the end goal, while the hosts right now have a test room for Twitch in our own chat room, the end result will be you'll be able to link all your social accounts, and you'll be able to turn on and turn off all the remote chat rooms in as well. So eventually, as things start to roll out, in the main chat room at tmro.tv/live, you'll be able to go, I want to see just this room. I want to see this room and YouTube. I want to see this room and YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and in Twitter and all of the things. So you'll be able to turn it on or off from one interface right on our own page. So if that's the experience you like, cool. I've also asked Colton, or if you're a programmer, I would love your help. Actually, I want to get our chat room bigger and on the right-hand side, going kind of all the way up and down, and then size up the video window, but maintain our header and maintain the header in such a way that we can continue to do updates to it, so we don't have to rebuild it from scratch every time. So, would love a programmer person that can help us make that happen. Benjamin at tmro.tv.
Wow. Rebel Ace Frisian says, I can speak Frisian, German, English, Dutch. Danish I can understand a bit because of its closeness to Frisian. Frisian. I barely speak English on a good day.
Yeah, no kidding, me too. DanTC24, what's the story behind modding, like missing the inappropriate username?
So, the
the
story
one-
behind
the
it,
one-
there was like one show where
There's recent too.
it wasn't even like one comment. It was like two commenters in a row had like, well, I can't say anything that's inappropriate, but
But it's after dark.
Yeah.
I guess. But it was like, you know how when you have a long username, right? And so sometimes it comes off as, Mrs. Schlongerverse. And you're like, what does that say? You're like, oh, it's Mr. Schlongerverse. Like, fantastic. That's a great username. Like, I can't say that on air, you guys.
I think I remember that.
Right? But it wasn't just one, it was like two of them.
There were two.
And it was like, and the whole episode was like that. It was so like when Ben wasn't here.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
It
And she was turning beet red on
I
camera.
was, and I just
Because she's having to read these usernames, and she's like,
well, because silly me, I was only reading the comments. I wasn't reading, Mr. Schlongerverse. And I was like, dude, you've got to be kidding me on this one.
Mr. Schlongerverse.
Well, I couldn't think of anything that sounded somewhat appropriate and
Oh,
somewhat
I enjoy
not
Mr.
appropriate.
Schlongerverse. I think that's all sorts of magical.
Yeah, never mind.
I have to apologize for that because I'm the one that actually grabbed the comment.
It's
all Dada's
it's
fault.
fine. It ended up to be
And
okay, but it was like, oh.
And I put you in a spot, so
Way to go, Dada.
I don't want to do that anymore.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
But so that's the story, and so now as it goes, if your username is Mr. Schlongerverse, I probably am not going to say that. I'm probably going to say this comment comes off of YouTube. And
So you
microgravity helps extend the test duration. Like, I'm not even going to, like,
So you no longer just read the prompter.
yeah.
Well, I'm Ron.
Fuck you, San Diego? Yeah.
I'm Ron Burgundy. All right. So I am going to. I was trying to decide if I should talk about the shows. But I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to start teasing them now.
You're going to do that now?
Yeah, I'll
Of
start
all
teasing them
times?
now, and then I'll go into more details in. All right, so here's what we got. First off, there are additions to the set that Dada hasn't finished yet. So we need to take a break on April 8th, which is the first time we have a show without a guest scheduled, which is why we're choosing April 8th. So April 8th, there will be no regular Tomorrow Space show. In its stead, we will be doing our Patreon hangout. So we'll have Dada working behind us. Sawing, that's what that.
I'll be working too.
Yeah.
I'll be using my muscles.
So we'll be doing that, and we'll be going into more detail on other shows that we are actively working on, such as we'll start with Tomorrow Cities. I'll be talking a little bit about what that is. I believe we are working to premiere that on April 15th. So Tomorrow Cities will happen right after Tomorrow Space. What we're going to do is we're going to do Tomorrow Space, finish the show, do our intro really quick so that we've got it, and then immediately go into Tomorrow Cities.
Well, really
finish
quick
that,
is so
and-
relative, as you've seen.
Well, no, I think we'll actually be quick because we'll have to be. Finish the show, do the intros. It'll literally just be us like, okay, intro, out. Go into Tomorrow Cities, do that show, then we'll go into After Dark. And then that's April 15th. And then November, Stoge, can I commit you to that date? I'm going to wait for Stoge to answer because I had a date. November-ish, how about that? We're planning on, that's up for debate, we're planning on adding Tomorrow Science also. So this year you should see 2 additional shows. And then these are pilots, so frankly, we don't know, right? So we're trying them out. We're going to see if we like them. We're going to solicit your feedback, see what you want, and go from there.
November 18th is what she suggests.
I know. I just don't know how solidified that actually is. So, so Tomorrow Cities, yeah, and I'm going to talk more about that in the April 8th show, like a lot more of what you can expect and show you some of the graphic elements. All of the shows will be, they'll coordinate with each other, but they'll be their own independent entities. We're also working on, hang on, I have my pretty graphics and that gives me all the different shows. Oh, that's good that that's happening. Yeah, thank you.
I think it's coming in from downstairs. The door doesn't close.
Yeah.
Well, I lost it. Anyhow, Tomorrow Tech, Tomorrow Science, Tomorrow Cities, possibly Tomorrow Transit, although I'm not sure if Transit and Cities will be one show. They might be. Tomorrow Space, and Tomorrow Oceans eventually. Now, the Oceans show I think is going to be the most fun. Also requires the largest budget. I actually want us to get a one of those personal submarines that can go 400 feet down, which is like, what, 200 meters or something like that, and actually do live webcasts from the ocean with a marine biologist on board. Yeah, that's
cool.
yeah. Like how Jared's like, what?
I was like, what are you talking about, Tomorrow Oceans? Like,
No, yeah, no, really. That's the thing I actually
I
want to
realize
do.
that's a very big subject that there's a lot of stuff you could cover in it, but that's very like specific to make it Tomorrow Oceans. That sounds really cool.
I think it'd be awesome. I think it'd be really cool to actually, and like have marine, like, so you're watching the marine life live in this submarine, and then
Who's piloting the submarine?
we'll have me, of course. Dude, I want to be a submarine pilot. That's gonna dive. Oh my God, that's gonna be in the open too.
Don't you need to have your captain's license for that?
And no, you don't need a captain's license, but you do need a captain's hat. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
My brother had to get a license to drive his sailboat.
Will the submarine be yellow?
I think you need to look into that.
So legitimately, I am legitimately trying to figure out how to make that go. Right now, a new submarine of that class that'll hold 3 people
Oh my
that can go
gosh.
200 meters down is 1.5 million. Obviously out of our budget, but
For now.
not out of the realm of possibility. / maybe find a used one that's only slightly leaky.
I will never do Tomorrow MDF. No Green Gym 2. No.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Get James Cameron as our first guest.
James. Anyhow, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Obviously, Tomorrow Oceans is years away, but I do want to push forward with the other ones. Mini Stowage Dickon for mid to late November. Yes, that's what we're targeting for Tomorrow Science. I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow Cities will not be based in Anaheim, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Anyhow. For more information, Patreon Hangout, April 8th. We'll kind of start teasing. I think you'll start seeing a commercial for some of this stuff soon-ish, right? I mean, April's right around the corner, so yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Copenhagen Suborbitals had a mini sub. What we need to do is figure out how deep it can go, if it has any windows, and if we can just have it. Be like, hey guys, can we have your sub?
Can we just have it?
Can we borrow it?
Yeah, for
Long
like
term?
long term, yeah, extended loan.
Can we lease
Sure,
your
as long as you
submarine?
go to Copenhagen.
And drive it back?
Yep.
That'd be amazing.
You're gonna be without your husband for 7 weeks,
It's fine.
Or longer.
possibly more.
I'm gonna get lost. Actually, no, it's the middle of the ocean. That's the only place I know where I am.
So it doesn't make any sense.
I still want to see how you're gonna broadcast from underwater. Just have like a little antenna.
Ask
stick
Reddit.
out.
Oh, we do need to name it the Nautilus. Ask Reddit.
Ask Reddit how to broadcast from underwater. I'm sure they have
I'm sure
great
they've got
ideas.
some ideas.
Oh my God. You just need to drag a buoy behind you and hit a satellite with a really long Ethernet cable, and then maybe a.
Well, when I was in the Navy,
You sound like you've got some personal experience, man.
Yes, Vax. Big problem with underwater is the bandwidth, but there are indeed ways around that. We just have to be smart
there
about
are ways.
it.
Does that mean we can have George back on?
George. Oh yeah, George. Well, yeah. Not Whiteside's.
Schellinger.
Schellinger, yeah. Everyone's stuck on oceans. I think it will be awesome once we get Tomorrow Oceans going, because then I will have had the 2 shows I was debating about creating at the start of all this. I'll have them both, and then I won't know what to do with myself after that. I'll be like, oh, all my life goals have been met.
You're done.
I'm done. I'm out.
You've peaked.
You just do what you did last time when you met all your life goals.
That did happen. Had to set the bar slightly higher. Are we stalling here?
Yeah, I believe we are.
My head is exploding.
Oh well, we need to stop then. All right, I think that's our show, everyone. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you, everyone on Twitch that joined us. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. All 23 of you. Mike, actually, a question before
Well, we did have some people migrate from regular Tomorrow chat over to Twitch in order to have a more substantial Twitch presence.
And actually, that is my question for you, those of you on Twitch, which is how many of you organically found the show and are not normally a part of Tomorrow, and how many of you are part of Tomorrow and just kind of went over to Twitch because that's your preferred platform?
And how the hell did you find us?
It's not my preferred platform, but I mean, I went to hang out in the Twitch chat room, which I think I'll probably just continue to do in general. I'll try to bounce back and forth so I can kind of, because I'm not trying to ignore the other.
You can break your window into two, right? So you can see both.
Yeah. Just in general.
Yeah.
I think it worked out pretty well though, because then Kitty was in main chat, Stoge was kind of back and forth a little bit. I was mostly in Twitch.
What happens if I hello? If I type in here.
Yeah.
Oh, it pushes. Oh, that's not good.
It what?
It does say what I said, but it does it through TARS. Also, TARS is bright green.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, so that's our show. Thank you everyone so much for watching. And I will not be here next week, but these two will. So see you in a week.
See ya.